episode 3 of Homebrew. This week we've got Billy Angus from Tantrum, the man at the back, the man on the sticks. He's here to share with us some stories from the vault and what's up next for Tantrum's New World Order. All right, William, how are you doing, pal?
How are you? I'm very well. I hope you're going to be having subtitles down below for the Heart of Scottish.
Well, we were the Heart of Scottish. Yeah, it's true. Actually, out of the 3, 2/3 have been Scottish so far. So you might be all right. Yeah, depending on, I'll just make them up. You'll be fine.
Well, JJ's nearly there.
Yeah, but he's lived in Leeds too long, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You know the type. So it's been a while since we've hooked up. A couple of years.
It has indeed. I think the last time was Glasgow Cat House.
Glasgow Cat House. Yeah. Yeah. Good weekend, that.
It was very good. I think you guys played with Wagons the previous night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice of you to come down.
I was very, very drunk.
Yeah. You wouldn't have known, mate. You got away with it.
I think I was calling Lee Dave all night. So what I recall. Everybody, this is Dave. Is it fucking Lee?
Never trust the Lee. That's what they say. Good old Dave. Yeah. Yeah, it was it. So, cause we were outside, weren't we? And I was like, "Oh, you're the dude from that band we're playing with tomorrow night." And I don't think I'd heard you at that point. I think I said, "What you like?" And I think you pretty much just said Iron Maiden.
Yeah, that was a stock response at the time.
At the time, fair enough. So as it is at the minute, no one's really doing out. We're stuck inside. Have you guys managed to get together at all?
I'd be lying if I says yes, because at the minute, obviously, we're still in between singers of songs, so we've got that sort of cloud hanging over our head, but we do have someone in mind, which is good. So there's a wee bit of light at the end of that tunnel. But some of the wallopers that have actually messaged us been hilarious. Absolutely awesome. So that was an eye opener. That was something to behold. So as soon as things start getting back to some semblance of normality, then we're going to get this person through to the studio, and we're going to try them out and see how it goes. So,
give them a whirl.
We're promising for that. So
yeah, it seems as long as they're into sort of the right stuff, then I guess yeah, they'll be on with that.
Yeah.
With the stuff that it is, I've already mentioned Maiden. I guess for someone who's not heard Tantrum yet, we'll say Tantrum are a band somewhere between, I don't know, Iron Maiden and what's his name, Rob Halford's Judas Priest. So, I mean, what is it about the Nawobum that you guys? Is it just the type for you, or?
It's really what we do. I think we've had members come and go. So the first incarnation of Tantrum was nothing like what we are at the minute. It was just basically covers and whatnot. So this has sort of, once we got the 2 guitarists, Stu and Steve, once they started working together, it just sort of naturally happened. There was this twin guitar, sort of heavy, chunky riffs, and it just sort of it painted its own picture, if you like. So it was really easy to fall into that, and luckily, that's what we're on to anyway. So it was really quite easy.
It felt quite easy with it. Mm-hmm. So what about those early days then? You say you started out as a covers band. What were you covering?
Yeah.
Maiden.
I think everybody did, to be honest with you. Your bog standard shite pub classics, if you like. We done AC/DC. We done who else we did? We done Nazareth. We done any number of things you care to name. And then we started just bit by bit, just writing wee things. It was actually Stephen Waddle. Actually brought the first Tantrum tune, if you like. As you know, the sound.
Yeah.
It was him that orchestrated that, but it was myself that probably wrote most of the tunes on the EP. So you'll hear the difference between my writing and the guys writing. You know, I come from sort of, I'm loath to say it now, but I was there in the first wave of 80s glam.
I think I've seen a picture in one of them bands.
Big on the hair metal. So lots of spandex, lots of eyeliner and makeup and shit, and lots of inset spiky and stuff. So, that sort of thing. So that was my sort of songwriting style, if you like. You know, just 3 chords, shite party, that sort of crap.
Get a tune out
and then the guys came in and just says, "No, get that dude." Quickly remedied it. So
yeah. So what about the stuff that's on is it Rough Cuts? The EP.
That was the first thing that we recorded, and there was a single on that. I can't even, you know, it's been that long since I've looked at that EP. I don't even remember what's on it.
Still selling it.
The very first thing that we released as Tantrum was a single called One More Reason. I don't even remember if that's on. Is that one? I don't know. I wish I had one in hand, but I don't, because we've sold a lot, which is great. In fact, I think we might have a couple of stragglers down the side of the couch or whatever that might pop up somewhere down the line. But,
found their way in.
Okay, so we had Running, which was on that. I wrote that. And we had, as I say, One More Reason. I can't even remember if that was on it. We had All Hail Rock and Roll, which was the first riff that Steve Waddle brought to it. So he done the riff, I done the lyrics, and that made it onto that. So All Hail Rock and Roll, Running. I'm struggling here. I'm actually struggling to remember what was on that EP.
You got another one to go.
I know. And that was our first singer as well, Adam. So he was great to work with, and we got the job done. And there's not really much more I can say about it.
And onwards with it.
I've had it for that long. If anybody's got it, have a listen to it. Send me the track list. Because I'm buggered if I can remember it.
And that's why 80s glam's good for the mental health. Yeah.
Hairspray done in the
80s. So, like I say, you have a different singer at this point. In comes another Steve.
Yep.
Steve 2.
Yep.
And you banged down a debut album.
We did, which was great to get our teeth into, because we worked really hard on that. That was really the first sort of lot of songs that Steve and Stu brought in. So I thought for our first, for the debut album, they're going to have to be absolute bangers, each and all. And in my opinion, every one of them's an absolute barnstormer. From start to finish, you've got the opening sort of atmospheric bells in the distance, Underdog, and it finishes with, I think it's Tyrant or the Wizard that finishes with, but regardless, absolute peach from start to finish. We're really proud of that album. And it's the first thing that I've ever recorded that's made it to vinyl, which I'm immensely proud of. And that really was my whole life's work, to get something released on vinyl. And it's happened. And I can die happy.
That was actually going to bring that up. Because how did you run that? Because whenever I've seen vinyl, it's always like mega expensive, even just for a short run.
Yeah. It was a guy in Germany that approached us. So it was like a German distribution company. Basically says to us, if you give me the rights to your album on vinyl for 3 years, I'll send you X amount of copies. So he done everything. He got it all printed. So it's Diabolic Might Records in Germany.
Cool.
If anybody's looking for them, the guy's called Jochen Killmister. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure of the authenticity of the song right, but
it might be his brother. I don't know.
But aye, that's how that happened. So we basically got we got the album pressed for free on vinyl. So they say you can have a set amount of copies to sell, and that's what you make. Once we've sold our lot, that's it. Job done. Job's a good one. So everybody's happy.
That's cool.
For vinyl, which is great.
Yeah, it's just cool to have, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it sounds better.
Aye, it was. It was actually. I think it was Steve Waddle that the guy got in contact with him, run it past us, and we thought, yes, that's some of that. So aye, it was a good deal.
So with the album, you say this is when the two guitarists came in. You got Stu and Steve. Is this how the writing changed mainly? Because this was now two guitar driven, and the weaving was going into it a lot more. That sort
Pretty
of.
Much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, everybody's still encouraged to bring ideas to the table. It's not exclusively the Steve and Stu show. But it just so happened that everything that made it to the album was entirely penned by them, which is great. So I think for the next one, for long-awaited album number 2, we're obviously working on stuff at the minute, albeit sans singer, but we'll work on that. We'll have everything in place for that. So we've got a couple of loose ends to tidy up on that, and then we're going to start in pre-production for that.
That's cool. You got any names for it yet?
No, in fact, I think we did have. Probably something ridiculously metal. Fucking Motorbikes for Hell or something. I don't know. It wasn't that.
Smasher. Yeah. Well, is it Melt It Down, Ram It Down? It's not far off.
Well, Melt It Down just sort of happened as well. We were group chatting one night and speaking a lot of shit as you do on these things, and we'll Melt It Down. That'll do.
Oh, fair enough. People do. They spend ages on stuff like that, don't they? Yeah. Is that how the band name came out as well?
The band name? No, that was our very, very first guitarist, Cal, that suggested that, and we couldn't be arsed really arguing with him, so we just went, okay. Is there a band called Tantrum? Don't know. Fuck it. We're having it. So we were actually, a few years ago, I woke up one morning to a rather, we'll just call it an abusive email. I don't know where they got the band email from, but it was along the lines of it was a London-based Tantrum, and there was a violence code or some shit like that. And basically, if you don't change your band name, we're going to change your fucking band face.
How'd that work out?
So that's how we ended up with Tantrum Scotland on all of the media, social media platforms, just so not to be confused with these bell ends.
These lovely chaps from London. Nice. Are they still going? Who knows?
Couldn't tell you. Don't give a flying.
It's given.
To be honest with you, but
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So did I see with Melody Down that there was a nuclear blast part on there?
Yeah, that was the Diabolic Mike. They were working with Nuclear Blast. So it was actually available on the Nuclear Blast website for a wee while. I think it might still be, I'm not sure. And do you know what? That gave us a bit of a boner.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool, isn't it?
It was. So for the next one, anybody for Nuclear Blast, if you're watching, take us on, man. Next one's
Well,
going
it
to
might work. It might work. You never know.
There
you go.
From the banker.
Yeah,
So,
EMI.
On the metal. Look, I've even got a Hellbound Hearts t-shirt on. Look at
that. You've cut the sleeves off it and all.
I know.
Unless you've got really long arms. Well,
that's like,
no, true. Very true. I have to ask, because people will ask, how's the dog?
Doug is absolutely, he's half his nut, to use a Scottish colloquialism. He's going to be, it's his birthday tomorrow. He's going to be 1. So I've had him for a year. Absolutely mental.
A year.
And this is his first snow, so he's having a riot. He thinks he's a submarine, and he'll just dive and he'll go right through the snow, like a torpedo.
Right. Is that normal for dogs?
It's just collies are just generally broken.
Yeah, they're a bit. Yeah, he must be happy to be stuck inside them all day. Yeah.
He's intense at times. He's relentless, but we love him.
Have you lost any skins and sticks yet?
No, I haven't actually, which is surprising because he's into everything. In terms of like skins and heads, I don't really have any of them lying about. Yeah. Once I've wrecked them, they're bin fodder, so they're out. But the sticks, I've got like, old shitty sticks lying about. You can have some of them. I use them for mixing paint and shit. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Rita, we'll get back onto you. If we can have, I don't know. It's very easy to say influences, isn't it? Because you can have an influence. Don't mean who do you sound like for people that are listening, but who were there must have been drummers that when you were a weed nipper, you saw on telly or listened to, you thought, that's what I want to be like. I want to do that. So who were they?
Probably the first one, and I'm just going to be really obvious here and go for Nico. Because when I was starting off, it was just Maiden, constant Maiden. I was listening to all the time, and obviously Clive Burr as well. So any of the Maiden drummers were big up there. However, once we started getting into we're getting back to the 80s glam thing again. I know. Now, is everybody sitting down? I think I've mentioned this before. Striper, folks. Striper. Aye. Listen to them. Tunes are banging. They're metal as anything. Once you get past the whole God thing.
The God thing, yeah.
Get into Striper. If you happen to be into the God thing, then I bear you no ill will or offence. We'll just clear that up. So, Striper, Robert Sweet on the pots. God Almighty, if you pardon the pun. Incredible. Guy he's a monster, and that's I've sort of developed a bit of my style from that. Because most of the time I'll play hi-hats 2/2, which is predominantly what he done in that, and I've stole it for him. Yeah. It's just perfect as anything. Who else? I mean, a lot of folk will go, they'll say to you, but what about Buddy Rich and what about this? And sorry guys, I'm not into jazz drummers. I just, they pull the pants off me. I admire, I've got ultimate respect for what they do, but I'm just not into it.
Not into it.
Not
Well, like
into
you got your guys like Mike Portnoy and things like that. Like your Dream Theaters,
Oh, aye.
your progs.
Technically brilliant, but oh, God, no. No. And I'm going to upset a lot of people here. Probably Stu Conde being one of them. As much as a legend as the guy was, right, and technical ability, I've got the utmost respect for what he done as a lyricist. He was absolutely fantastic. It's Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Ultimate respect for the man.
Yeah.
As a musician, top drawer shit. But yes, no for me.
I thought he'd have been up there. I thought he'd have been on there. No. Fair enough.
Don't do it for me at all. So I'm simple drummer. Just guys that can just hold it in the pocket. Phil Rudd, that sort of shit. I mean, just giving it a bit. Just walking into the face.
Yeah. Well, you get like, I suppose you get the other side of Tommy Lee, who's got a bit of both.
Exactly that. Yeah. Tommy's great. I've seen Tommy a few times now, and he never fails to impress. Great showman.
Yeah.
Arsehole, but great showman.
Everyone forgets he's a really good drummer.
Very underrated. Highly underrated.
Well, yeah, he's more famous for other things now, isn't he?
Yeah, isn't he?
We've all seen it. No sniggering at the back. So, with being a drummer, you do get the short shrift of a couple of things. Live gig photos.
Yeah, that's always I've learned to accept that now. So I'm an ugly bastard anyway. So it's what I mean.
You have a couple of good ones though.
Now and again you'll get one. Hair flailing and whatnot, and just some random fucking weird pose. But generally, there's a symbol here, or I've got my hand there, or whatever. But the ones you do get that are good are absolutely banging.
Always stonkers, yeah.
Yeah.
Get a good grimace out of it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always good to see whatever drum face I'm pulling at the time, because there's usually something. I look like I've sat in a spike or some fucking thing.
So, I can't remember if it's you or not. Is it you that's got the brick wall Vinnie Paul? You got the Vinnie Paul snare?
I've got the chrome, the D-drum chrome, 14x8 Vinnie Paul signature. That's a monster. Absolutely love it. It's just, it's deadly. It's absolutely deafening, and I cannot wait to record with it. It's going to be thunderous.
It's got a bit of depth on it.
Aye, that's my big go-to. That's when I pull that out of the case. That's the big grins every single time.
You don't see many around.
You don't. I've seen the Pearl. I've seen a couple of Pearl ones. Again, you've got the snakeskin design, and there's the black one with the spikes on the lugs as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think who had one of them? Scott Hanlon, formerly of Anchor Lane.
All right.
Tried to sell me one of them, but unfortunately I didn't have the funds at the time. Or I would have ripped it out his hands. But as it turns out, I got the D-drum chrome one, which is beautiful.
A nice one, yeah.
So it's done. I love it to bits.
Yeah, amazing. Vinnie Paul, man, a big favourite of mine. I mean, he should
have went in the influence section.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, his double bassings, you can't beat it.
What? I watched. I was studying on YouTube, and there's a drum cam at the back end. I think it's a Hell Yeah performance, and it's him, drum cam for the back, and his leg work is devastating.
Yeah.
Man. And just the sound of the whole kit, just off the camera.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does he miss a beat? Does he, balls?
Nothing. You know what I mean? There's a lot to be said for playing on drugs. Don't do it though, kid.
Don't do it. Maybe if you're in Pantera, but yeah.
Allegedly. We'll clear that up and say allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, of course. I don't think he's going to say much now.
I have no lawyers. It'll be legal aid for me.
1-0. All right, so that's your snare. What's your general setup?
My setup is I play. It's a PDP concept. It's all maple, and PDP are owned by DW.
All right.
So in effect, I have an Epiphone by Gibson.
Oh yeah.
To make it easier for the guitar guys and everybody else.
Yeah.
And so it's a PDP by DW. It's a 7-piece concept maple. Tom sizes are 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. The kick is an 18 by 22. And it's lovely.
Nice,
absolutely good. I've had that for, in fact, it's nearly paid off. How long I've had it for.
That's when you break it. Yeah.
Well, probably once it's paid off, I'll sell it and get another one.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A customer or something.
Got to be done. So what's that, one floor, Tom, or two? Just the one?
That's two. Yeah, 14 or 16. So the rack toms are 8, 10 and 12. And 2 floors are 14 and 16.
Yeah. So you just got to get like another 22, and then you'll be like Nico, has another 22 toms, not inches.
I'm god awful at double kick. Absolutely rubbish at double kick. I've tried, but I'll do the odd wee accent here and there, but actually, constant. Yeah, I've tried. I'm probably the only metal drummer that can't play double kick. Apart from Nico, obviously, but
wow.
He's famously gone on record as saying, "Can't do it, can't play double kick."
So it's all right then.
Yeah. That's fine. If Nico can't do it, and I can't do it, so it's fine.
That's fine.
Don't care.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I do have it's a Tama Speed Cobra 910 double pedal, so I bought that to see if it would make it easier for me. It's a great pedal. It's it's like playing fresh air, but I still can't.
Well, we'll get there.
One day we'll come up with something. It's all about the practice.
Exactly.
If I could be bothered to get off my arse and practice more, then I'd probably get better at it.
Still got plenty of time. Okay, so let's get into cymbals, because that's where most of the money goes, seemingly.
Yeah, I have an artist deal with a brand called Amedia. So they're, again, Turkish based, but the distribution company is based in the UK. I'll look them up on Facebook or whatever. You find them Amedia UK. So I've got 2 18s out front, 22-inch ride. I've got an 18-inch China up the back, 14 hats. So I think it's Euphrates hi-hats, I'll name them. It's an Amedia Antique 18 and an Amedia Dervish 18, an Amedia Vigor Rock Shiny 20, and an Amedia Ansira China. So, and they're, man, beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they're just so hard wearing. I've no damaged any yet.
No, I think I remember you showing me one.
Yeah,
They're quite distinctive looking.
The antique. It's got a sort of leopardy look about it.
Yeah, that was the one.
Aye, and it's been buffed with wire wool. It's really, so I don't need to clean it because it's got its own look, and I love it with bits. So yes.
Yeah, it looked like you've been hand tapped out.
Aye. Yeah. They're all handmade. Every single one of them's handmade, and each of them have the signature of the maker.
Of the dude on it. Oh yeah.
On. Aye. So they're amazing. Absolutely. I've never played cymbals like this in my life. I've played Sabians. I've played Zildjians. I've been through a few different brands. But in terms of playability, durability, and just general quality, Amedia's love them to bits. If any drummers out there want to try them, do it. Contact Amedia UK and get on that bus.
You heard it here first folks. Get to Turkey. Yeah. And most importantly, of course, the rug and stool.
The what? The stool.
The rug and stool.
The rug and stool. The rug.
Yeah. Gotta have a good rug.
The rug has actually come from my kitchen. I shit you not.
There you go.
Aye, so it's a kitchen rug.
Nice.
I'm not paying fucking exorbitant prices for a drum rug that does the same job because I'm a cheap Scotsman.
Well, I agree with you.
Hand in my pocket.
Nothing worse, a bit of spilt milk, but it's fine. Cheap.
I think my stool is, or throne, to give it the correct terminology.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where to get them for. King of fuck all.
Yeah.
That's just a generic sort of stool that I bought.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've actually had a few because I broke the last one just because I'm a fat bastard. And I just went for under me one day at rehearsal. And it just stopped. It stopped being a stool and started being a floor ornament. There's
lots to be said for it. Get the ones that do that in the middle. Yeah.
Yes. Aye.
So, first is, I think I might know the answer. Worst loading.
Cat House.
Yes.
Glasgow. And Classic Grand. Classic Grand in Glasgow as well is almost identical to the Cat. Maybe a wee bit worse, actually. But it's horrendous.
Worse than Cat House. For anyone who's watching who's never done the Cat House, that is, was it 3 or 4 stories?
Yeah, easily. And there's no lifts, there's no everything up 3 flights of stairs, and the parking outside is shit also. So you've got you've not even got a loading bay. So you've got to have somebody outside watching the van.
Yeah, I think there's a bus stop.
Aye. Mm-hmm. So usually leave the singers out because they do fuck all anyway. Did I say that out loud?
Our singer's also the driver, so it kind of, it sort of evens out. We'll let him off. Okay, best venue.
Best venue. Ooh, man.
Saucy one, isn't it?
That's tough. That is tough.
I mean, it can be one, it could be one where you've had a good memory. It doesn't have to be,
No, I'm going to big up the probably the two that we've most frequented, which are Bannerman's in Edinburgh and the Dreadnought in Bathgate. Both fantastic wee venues. Anybody once this shit show is over, give the guys a shout and try and get a show in there. They're great.
Yeah. Yeah, got a lot of time for both of them. Bannerman's has come up before already on the best venues, and I tend to agree with it. Can't knock it. You get beer, they pay you, and a place to sleep.
Big up to Christian. He's one of the good guys.
He is, and he's going to be on very soon.
Yeah.
Plus, you can park outside.
Yes, you can.
The loading's very different. There's got like a ledge. That's about it. This is normally a good one, this one. Worst live moment.
Worst live moment. Probably mine would have been Trillions, where I think we were a couple of songs in.
It's not the right venue as well, that. Yeah.
We were, and I mean, not in terms of the venue. The venue's awesome. We love playing Trillions, and Hilly's watching, then we'll come back anytime you'll have us, buddy. But in terms of show, we were, I think it was our first time playing Trills, and I was 2 or 3 songs in, and my kick drum beater decided just fancied gone for a pish or something.
It's just fucked off.
That actually taught me a valuable lesson. Check your gear before you go on stage, kids.
Yes, that is a very good point.
Every single nut, bolt, washer, everything. Check it before you go on, because daft ass here didn't do that. Luckily, my drum key was on my big set of keys, because drum keys are like guitar picks. They can vanish into the ether, never to be seen again.
Yes, don't lend them.
So luckily I had a drum key on my keys, so I'm fucking trying to gesture frantically to the wife who was just at the front of the stage. Back in my keys, man. And I'm still trying to fucking hold a beat down at the same time with no kick. I'm going, keys. So we got there eventually, and got the beat back on, and the rest of the show went as planned. So that's probably my worst live moment.
That is a good one. And Ozzy went on to have a great show. Beer or a cheeky red?
Ooh. Cheeky red, I think.
Cheeky red.
I do enjoy a cheeky red. I enjoy a Chilean Cabernet.
Yes. Chris, you slippers in a fire.
I was actually thinking about taking the pipe up.
I think you should. Yeah. You've got the face warm.
Go full Spinal Tap.
Yeah. Good old, was it Derek? Nearly. Okay. What's the best thing about being Tantrum's drummer?
I don't have to put up with anybody's shit.
Yeah, I think
very much. We're all pretty vocal about what we do, so there's never any hidden agenda. You know what I mean? If something's shit, then we'll say that's shit. Let's not do that. We'll maybe argue for about 2 minutes max, but generally, it's, we're pretty honest. So that's the best thing about being in this band, the honesty.
Right, I'll catch you on, and I'll see you soon, bud.
Diddly.
Ciao for now.